let us come back into our beautiful heart and let us reclaim who we are as a beloved of God, as a beloved child of God. And in this early hour, late hour, our theme for this time is obviously focusing on the magnificent energies of the Christ, the cosmic Christ. But our theme for Friday the 2nd is the gift of life, the spring of nature. And I guess it follows on from the vigil earlier on at 8 o'clock on Friday evening, when we looked at the power of Magdalena's gift to us, the beautiful energies that she still administers to us through that soul therapy of bringing the Christ light to anoint, to bless the supreme within us. That's why it's called a soul therapy. But for now, this is your time and mine to switch off to the world, to switch off to the mind, to switch off the lights of nonsense that seek to alienate our heart. And yes, we're in the throes of warfare. We are. Our intentions are honorable. We make the right plans to surrender the heart, to walk in faith, in trust, to do as best we can. And suddenly, wow, we can be blown off course in an instant. And demons come and they just assail us in our thought patterns, where they leave us so vulnerable, so fractured and so fearful. And then we get a reminder from the angelic realm. You are under attack. Protect yourself. Call on us. You are not alone. We are with you. We will protect you. And I can only speak for me. But wow, the nearer we're getting to the 21st of December, the more obstacles seems to be coming my way. But we bless them, don't we? We don't fight them. We don't struggle with them. We are aware of them. But we do not give them our power. So let us begin this session by first honoring the divine in each other. And let us come to this table of many blessings. And where we shared earlier this evening, where miracles do take place, where miracles become a reality before us, when we take the words of the cosmic Christ seriously. Seriously. For when he said to you and me, whatever you ask in my name, I will do it for you. He will. So let us hold our candles. If you've got a candle handy, then we shall light it. I've lit mine. And let us just look at the flickering flame. To the eyes of the world, it is a flame. But to the eyes of the cosmic Christ, it is a heartbeat. It is your beat. It is my beat. And together it becomes one beat of love. And we offer a short prayer now. Father, Mother, God Supreme, we come in your name. We come in love. We come in our woundedness. We come as a beloved of God, a co-creator of God. And we reclaim your power in us. We reclaim our power and our love for you within us. And all we ask is that in your name, that we can become one with you, and that you will bless this time and speak with us and show us clarity, so that we can see with your eyes and hear with your ears and beat the sacred drums, calling the ancient ones. Let us just sit back and relax for a moment as I share with you our thoughts for the beginning part, and then we shall conclude with what the Master, the Cosmic Christ, wants of us. And we talk about the spring of nature. Last evening we talked about the images of God. Well, now, as part of the Christ consciousness, the gift of life is so important. It's central, don't you think? But the spring of nature is equally as important. What astonishing variety of artifices, what innumerable millions of exquisite works is the God of nature engaged in every moment of each day. How glorious are their all-pervading wisdom and power employed in this useful season of the year, in the autumn of our life, the autumn of our spiritual life, as we prepare for the influx of the Cosmic Christ. What infinite myriads of vegetable beings are they forming this very moment in their roots and branches, in their leaves and blossoms, their seeds, yes, and their fruits. What endless armies of animals is the hand of God moulding and figuring this very moment throughout their dominions. What immense flight of little birds are now fermenting in the egg, heaving and growing towards shape and life as we speak. What vast flocks of four-footed creatures, what droves of large cattle are now framed in their early embryos, imprisoned in the dark cells of nature. Like our spirit is being contained within our body. But it's bursting forth now. There's an excitement, isn't there? We are aware that something is happening on every level, on every plane. And all we can do is trust. What unknown myriads of insects in their various cradles and nesting places are now working toward vitality and motion. And thousands of them with their painted wings just beginning to unfurl, expand themselves into fluttering and daylight. An exquisite world of complicated wonders, even in the body of every little insect. A beloved of God, a creature of God, like you and me. So what is the spirit of nature saying to your heart at this time of day? Well, nature is preparing herself. Gaia, the nature spirits, the elementals, tree devas and fairies, brother sun and sister moon, as we know of recent events in America and again in India, of the dreadful hurricane, nature is preparing herself. And she's saying to us, the children of God, who work with her as custodians of the light, to be prepared. To be prepared for the influx of light and not to be caught daydreaming. To be alert, to be awake, to be responsive and responsible as a child of God. But how many want to be awake? Well, we're awake, and we are here, and we're searching, we're longing. There's a part of us that wants to fly, and there's another part of us that's saying, no, wait, be still. And there's another part of us that's trying to destroy the very truth of the cosmic Christ presence. So there's a duality of battles, of wills. So let us come back into our heart, and let us find our rightful place at this table. And let us not be discouraged, and let not the stressors of yesterday leave us feeling fractured or anxious. We may have encountered some opposition, we may have had some upset that may have left a tinge of sadness or bitterness. Let's honor it. Let's bless it. And now let's release it with love. For love is the key to unlocking the mystery of understanding 2012. But we already know within our soul, we know within our spirit that there is no fear and there's nothing to be afraid of. But we know also that as a human being, we are surrounded by many who disbelieve. Oh, they want you to tell them. Oh, yes. And they want to really listen. Oh, of course. But their hearts are closed. So they're psychic vampires. They're trying to drain us of the energy we so desperately need to conserve, to preserve the truth. And I've had it many times here when people would come to our service on the first Sunday of the month, an interfaith service of Thanksgiving, and they would say, oh, by the way, Brother Sean, what's this about 2012? Do tell. And there's an arrogance in their voice, as if they're mimicking it. And I just say, I'm sorry. I'm prevented from sharing that with you. Oh, but you're supposed to tell us these things. I said, I'm supposed to say nothing to you. Don't be so arrogant. And what's stopping you? Oh, I'm far too busy. I thought I'd combine two things. I'd come for the service and get as much information as I could take on board. I said, well, I've got news for you. You already know. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, and it's a battle of wills. We already know. It's here. It's in our soul, it's in our spirit, it's in our chemistry, it's in our DNA. But the mind that has controlled our life, the mind that has fed us with fear. And I'm not good enough. Am I good? Will God forgive me? Am I going to be allowed to cross over? Will I see God? Hello? What more do I need to do? The mind is blocking us from reawakening like nature. But nature is carrying on. Nature isn't waiting for us. Nature is already accelerating at a much faster pace to you and me. Our pets, our cats, our dogs, our little birds, the cows in the field, they're ascending, they're almost there. Have you not noticed how indifferent the animal kingdom are becoming? It's as if they've got this stiff upper lip. I don't need you. And many are crossing over. Yes, many. So let us just remind ourselves first that anything we need to know, there's a secret. And it's free. And don't tell everybody, said he on a camera that's been recorded. The secret is to do this. Before you go to bed, have a quiet moment and just bring to your mind the presence of the cosmic Christ and Magdalena. You can say a favorite mantra. You can say your own little prayer. As a little boy growing up in Dublin, we were taught by the nuns to say something like, Jesus, I love you, my Lord and my God. Or you could say, I am a child of God. I am loved. And then just say, Lord Christ, I desire you. Allow me come with you this night, this day, into your etheric retreat. Can you do that? And once you close your eyes, you have no control. The Father, Mother, God will send helpers who will take you to the etheric retreat of the Christ. And in dream state, in your subconscious state, your alpha and beta, theta and zeta brain waves will be reawakened, and you will be told, and you will need, and your needs rather will be met. But it will only be given in a small portion of information because it is so rich. You can only be spoon-fed like a little babe. Think of the young mum bringing her little babe home from the midwifery hospital. Its little organs haven't fully developed. It's regurgitating all the time. I remember this from my nurse training in midwifery. If the baby is being breastfed, fine, but the milk initially is diluted, quarter strength, half strength, full strength. Think about it. If we give a 12-month-old baby full strength cow's milk, what do you think will happen? Yes, it will bring it all back. And that's why we have to be given the information about this major event in small doses, because it would blow us away. So when you retire, ask the Christ. Or if you have a doubt or a fear or a worry, Or if you have something that's in your life that's causing you great stress, like sleeplessness, insomnia, back pain, chest pain, depression, write it on a piece of paper. Give it your power. And that way you're releasing from you. Write it down, fold it over, bless it, place it under your pillow. And as you go to sleep, you're inviting the angelic realm and the cosmic Christ to deal with it. And when you wake in the morning, what you have written down has already been taken care of. I remember this from many years ago, when we had to study quite a lot as young monks. Some old monk said, "Oh, brother, just put it under your pillow. Sure, God knows your needs. He'll speak to you through the book, and you'll retain it at some level of your being." And you know there's an element of truth in that. Because 2012, whilst I feel it in here, and I know something major is happening already, but the mind can't cope with it, because the mind wants to control it as it's controlling the world. The forces of darkness are opposing this light form. And those of us who have surrendered our heart, we will be opposed. We will be blocked. Make no mistake about that. The moment you surrender your heart to the cosmic Christ, immediately, instantly, you become a target. But there's no fear. Because you are loved, you are protected, and nothing can harm you unless you dabble, unless your curiosity gets the better of you and you try to be clever. And many, sadly, are spiritually arrogant because they've convinced themselves they have a right to know. And they go down different avenues exploring knowledge. Some go to mediums and psychics, some go to different teachers, and then they get confused. And that's where the forces of darkness who oppose the cosmic Christ light, because it's too pure, it's too awesome, it's too beautiful, and it's healing. They can't come near you. So they'll send people to you to stop you. Come now with me as we embrace the Christ light. We've gone over, I know, but let us now just stop. Let us be still. And I want to share with you something that happened this morning while I was out walking the dogs in the cold, wintry rain, feeling weary and heavily burdened. But I stopped to look across the Cumbrian mountains, and I looked across the sea, and there was the most magnificent rainbow, and I stopped and I looked again and again like a child at a Christmas present under a Christmas tree. And I want you to look at that rainbow with me, but I want you to imagine that you are sat in the center of it, of this rainbow. You are sat in the center of the rainbow, and you are being flooded by the rays of love. Every color imaginable that you can see is flowing through you. And you are totally relaxed, and you are at peace. And every color is bringing a vibration energy right through your solar plexus. And it's undoing all the knots, the tension, and it's liberating you. And it throws you back, and as you look up, you see you're right under the center of the rainbow. And in the center you see the face of the cosmic Christ. You see his face. And you want to see nothing more but that face. And the rays of light from the rainbow are coming through his eyes, through his heart, through his feet, through his hands. And they're bathing you in love. Feel it. Feel the cosmic rays of the cosmic Christ. Flood your mind, body, and spirit from the colors of the rainbow. And with every in-breath, you are alive. You are alive to love. And the rays are empowering you to take back your power and to step into that power and to stand erect in that power and say, I am a beloved of God. I am a co-creator of God. Say it, feel it, become it. You are it. The cosmic Christ again is touching you through nature. The spirit of nature, the rainbow. And it's crowned you like a crown on a queen's head with diamonds. But here, instead of diamonds, we have the most pure healing energies of love. And those energies are now zapping you. And you are well. And all is well. Be still. And allow the colors of the rays of the rainbow scan every part of you, to scan your mind, body, and spirit, and replenish your low reserves. Yeah. Be still. And know that wherever you go in nature and look up at the clouds, be still and wait. You will see the face of Christ behind the clouds. He will show himself to you in different ways, in different disguises maybe, but you will see his face. Only you. Not Joe Public,